Hey guys, it's Sophia from Go Soli. This week I wanted to challenge myself by doing something that I've always admired but been a little resistant to, which is crocheting a dress. I always thought it would take a really long time to do, and it did take me about a week, working in the morning and in the evening. However, I really enjoyed the process, and so I'd like to share it with you. And if you give this pattern a try, please, please, please mention it in the comments. Let me know what you liked about the pattern, what you changed, and how you added your own flair to it. So without further ado, let's jump into the pattern. To make my granny squares, I'm using Impeccable yarn from Michaels. It's a size 4 medium, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook and a tiny crochet hook along with it to weave in the ends. 1 skein in each color was plenty, and then I ended up using 3 in the main color as the base. I did switch my main color from beige to navy blue because I think a darker main color gives the other ones more of a pop, but it's really up to you. And then the actual shape of the dress is a self-drafted pattern, so if you do try it, please let me know. And I designed it with the idea of it being universal, so you can wear it in any season and any time of day, and it'll still be flattering and totally seasonally appropriate. There are lots of ways that you can make your granny squares. My way of doing it was to make a slip stitch, chain 4, and then 2 double crochet into the very end of your chains. And then I chain 1, and I work 3 more double crochet into the center, and I go around repeating this process 2 more times until I have 4 shells in the circle. When I reach the end, I slip stitch into the top of that initial chain 4 space, and then I fasten off before switching over to the next color. For the next row, I start the new color in a chain 1 space, and I then chain 3, work 2 more double crochet into that chain 1 space, chain 2 this time because we're at a corner, work 3 double crochet into that same chain 1 space, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the following chain 1 space, and then you're going to chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space, and you get the picture. When you're done with that row, it should look something like this. Change colors 1 more time, and make your final row in your main color. This is a good time to weave in your ends. Okay, the $1,000,000 question is how many granny squares does it take to make this dress? For my size, it ended up being 61 granny squares plus 2 granny triangles, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a second. Pause here if you want to take a closer look at the pattern. My process for making all of these different granny squares was to start off with as many colors as I could come up with and just make a ton of the same color, and then do the same for the second and third row, and ensuring that when I got to the third row that I had enough in each color so that I could make my dress into a gradient. And once this was done, I added my main color around all the edges. At this stage, I highly recommend having somebody there for moral support. I knew I needed 2 triangular pieces to help shape the waist of this dress, so to do that, I started with a slip stitch, chained 4, and then worked 3 double crochet into that last chain, I chained 2, 3 double crochet into that same space, chain 1, and then 1 final double crochet. For your next row, you're going to pull in a new color, chain 4, and then work 3 double crochet into the first chain 1 space. Then chain 1, work 3 double crochet into that next space, chain 2, 3 more double crochet into the top of your triangle there, chain 1, 3 more double crochet, chain 1, and a final double crochet to finish your row. Repeat this method for the next color. It should look something like this. When you get to your final color, chain 1 and work 3 double crochet into that same space. Then chain 1 and work 3 double crochet about halfway to the center, which to me was the beginning of the first color, kind of that perimeter section there. I'm not explaining it well, but take a look. Chain 1, work 3 double crochet into the center, chain 1, work 3 more double crochet into that center color, chain 1 and work 3 final crochet into the end and join with a slip stitch. With my triangle complete, I can match it up to my square at the perimeter there and begin to weave them together. To join your pieces, and I'm going to show you this with a triangle and a square, you're going to put the pretty sides together, slip stitch through the ends, and then I like to chain 1 and then slip stitch through the ends all the way down. You're going through the loops that are meeting up with each other, so I like to think of it as going through the back loops or the loops that kiss. When you're done, it should look something like this, and this is your waist point. So at this triangle is when we start to bring some of the granny squares together, and it will start to shape your waist. All that's left to do once you have your pieces is to weave them all together. Once again, it's the best to do this with a friend. Alright, it's the end of the day. We made a lot of progress, and now it's time for the final reveal. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for future videos. I'll see you in the next one.